What started out as an internet rumor that ended up being infamously true. Rob Ford, former mayor of Toronto, was rumored to be a crack user, and he was. God, I am not gonna get the details of this right, but here's the broad strokes. Random dude is playing Xbox Live and overhears an NFL player talking to his agent about a trade. Posts it to the NFL subreddit and gets clowned. Trade is confirmed a few days later. Some banned episodes or scenes of cartoons. For example, I remember there was a Dexter's Lab cartoon where he clones evil versions of Dee Dee and himself, and they swear like every other word. Censored, of course. And people debated whether it even existed cause they only aired it like once. Now it's pretty accessible online. In the BBS days, during the Judas Priest subliminal message trial, there was a rumor that frontman Rob Halford was gay. It was the early 90s and not too believable at the time. Heck, even George Michael wasn't out yet. But now, Halford describes himself as the stately homo of heavy metal. There were jokes for years about Bill Cosby being some sort of weirdo, an unwholesome man pretending to be wholesome. People made games about him beating people up by luring them in with pudding cups or outright being a sex pest. Turns out he was a serial rapist. That you can get Mew in Pokemon Red and Blue by following some incredibly specific and ridiculous set of actions which have nothing to do with catching a Pokemon and make no sense. It was obviously nonsense and could never actually work. And then someone found the Mew glitch, where you go to Route 25 and let the youngster there see you. But you pause the game and fly to Cerulean City on the frame before he comes into view. All your buttons will be disabled, so you go back to the youngster and fight him again for real. Note that he has to walk up to you. If the engagement happens without him walking, it won't work. This restores your controls. Then you fly to Lavender Town and open the menu once. Then you walk to Route 8 and the menu will open itself. When you close the menu, you'll enter a battle against Mew. Thousands upon thousands of copies of the Atari ET game being buried in the desert. The Tim Burton Hansel and Gretel that aired once on Halloween in the 80s. I heard for years that it was fake, but I knew it was real because my dad recorded everything in the 80s and he recorded that. We let a good friend of ours borrow it and switch it over from VHS to DVD, and soon after that it made its way onto the internet. And there it is now. I know it's our copy because the tracking in the beginning is screwed up. Still have the VHS. Ricky Martin's sexuality. For the Brits, Jimmy Savile. In 1998, U.S. men's national team captain John Harkes was shockingly cut from the team right before the World Cup. The coach claimed it was because Harkes wouldn't fit into his new preferred formation. But rumors flew on the early internet that it was actually because he had slept with his teammate, Eric Winalda's wife. The rumor was so well known in soccer circles that Harkes expressly denied it in his autobiography. The next year, fast forward 12 years to 2010, and Winalda admits it's true. The coach then came out and admitted it was why he dropped Harkes, but that he'd planned to keep the secret as long as Winalda did. Wasn't the Danny Masterson stuff all over the internet several years ago? John Edwards' love child. Carrie Fisher's heart attack. Some asshole who was on the same flight was live tweeting the whole medical emergency and justified it by insisting she was just making sure the family was informed. Josh Duggar's crimes. In 2005, Courtney Love knew about Harvey Weinstein long before the news broke. Nobody listened to her because she was always on drugs. She was asked on a red carpet interview about advice for young Hollywood. Or something. And she said something like, should I say it? If Harvey Weinstein invites you to a private party at the Four Seasons Hotel, don't go. ETA. Clip at about the 30 mark. That Jerry Falwell Jr. enjoyed his wife hooking up with the pool boy. Diddy has had a long history and reputation for his behavior for ages before everything started hitting the fan. I'm talking decades. Josh Duggar was mentioned on some forums not too long after he and his family got their TV show. That the writer of Lost were making it up as they went turned out to be absolutely true.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.